Good morning, guys. Rick Shaw here on the Sunday, the 6th of March, 2022, and we got a really beautiful, clear day. We're back at the ranch. We went to the place yesterday, and we got out of there. It was around $3,000 for the weekend, for our whole time we spent there. One of the things that happened there was zero signal from Smart or Dito, nothing. So we had to buy Wi-Fi, and they charge you a one-time fee of $100, but it's per phone. If you come in there, everybody who's got a phone, it's $100 per phone for him to put the code in on the Wi-Fi. And then we had good Wi-Fi. That's why I was able to upload over there. But we enjoyed it. Some folks, they say, oh, that's not that great, blah, blah, blah. Well, we dig that. We like the Nippa thing. The place was one of the better ones. We had been at a resort. This was before the COVID. But during the day, they had on the beach there was lots of horses and stuff. And they were like these sand flies, I don't know for a better name of them, but these things would hit you and then immediately bite. And then in the evening, when that was done, because all the water that was around, the mosquitoes were terrible, and we even said we're not going back to, we're not going to go back to that one, or even to that whole area, because there was resorts all up and down. But I think because of the horses. And then, like I say, it wasn't kept up as nice as this one. The fellow that runs this place we're at, Morning Breeze, he was a butcher, and he bought the place. He keeps it real clean. I talked to the owner for a good while in the morning before we left, and just super nice guy. And like I say, they got people that just go around and clean. And then at nighttime, they like patrol it. They just cruise around, and Shakes was like just growling a little bit, putting her hair up, and I'd pop up and look, and it was one of the dudes from the place, just walking around through the middle of the night, making sure everything's okay. Which, personally myself, that was a pretty good deal. That was I thought that was really cool. But we really enjoyed our time. The kids really liked the swimming. Shakes got in the water. She really knows how to do the dog paddle good. And Dorothy was doing some pretty good swimming. She was imitating Shakes, and they were swimming around, and just had a blast. Mumu got into it. Maddie's a little bit shy yet, but he was getting in there too. So that was it was a successful weekend for us. We're gonna start doing this and going to different resorts. And Faye gets on the Facebook, and there's different vloggers that tell you about certain places, and then she looks them up, and we could check them out. And the one thing about this place that you definitely could not fault about this Morning Breeze was the people were just so damn nice. Absolutely, they were there to cater to you and to make sure that everything was fine. They were bringing us hot water. We didn't bring a water heater because ours is made out of glass. I ordered another little, like a tea kettle, a metal one that won't get broke. Faye said, oh, we should bring this. And I said, yeah, well, it'll probably get broke, and then we won't have one at home. So, because I don't have another one. So I ordered another one. It's on its way, and we just had a blast. I did get a video on the way home, and it just didn't come out really good, so I'm not going to post it. But it was on the way back. There was a house like a boat. I think Popeye Sailor lives there. Either that or Tropical Tim, I'm not sure. But very, very cool. It's built just like a ship, not a boat, actually a ship. And it had, I believe it was like a restaurant, a little seafood restaurant. And just some cool places. We saw some nice architecture along the way. And if I'd had the camera out, we had the car so packed with stuff that, getting to the camera bag wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I'll have to just get a smaller bag where I can keep like one camera, the stick, and the microphone just in there, an extra battery or something like that I can get to a little bit easier. But we're gonna do our best to get more of these. I wish I had a way I did see a Bluetooth microphone, but the problem was you have to stick the little emitter in the back, and then it won't fit in the waterproof case. Now this camera has Bluetooth on it. I'm hoping I can figure out a way, because when it's in the waterproof case, there's absolutely no, you can't get the sound. I can't even hear the little beeps when I'm turning it on and off. And the other thing where they blew it was in the case, right on the front of this, down below the lens, is a red light that tells you it's recording. Well, when you put it in the case, they have that covered over. There's a black thing that covers it over, and I can't, you can't see if it's on. You got to look at the side and mess around with it. You can't hear the buttons because there's a record beep, and I had it turned all the way up, but inside the case it was no good. Just can't hear anything. So I'll get to figuring the best way to do that, because I see other people doing it. I've seen some scuba divers, where they're under the water talking. I don't know. I actually got on one of the sites, and they were using the same camera, and I sent them a message and said, hey, how are you doing that? I'm a vlogger and I don't know how to do it. Now, I did that a couple days ago, and I never got a reply back from that channel. So who knows? Who knows how they did it? But we are having just absolute beautiful. The sun is warm. It's nice. I had a thing on there, one of the comments this is from John R. And, he was going on about he's got people over there in Ukraine and all this. Well, my thing, John, on there is, look at all the people who are for going in there and stopping all this. World Economic Forum, Obama, Clinton's, Biden, all these, Pelosi, all these guys, they're all for it. That's what makes me look at it like, you got to watch where you're getting your news from. I think it's all a bunch of baloney, to be honest with you. But that's why I'm not thinking that this is Putin's such a bad thing. I'm hearing stuff where he's destroying weapons labs, biological weapons labs. Who knows? Who knows what the news you get? It gets a little bit exasperating trying to filter through all this stuff. I do go through the news quite a bit and try to decipher a lot of what's going on. But yeah, I don't know if we're ever getting what's really happening. I got our little puppy dog, but we have a good day. We're going to go out, my sweetie and I, while Grandma's here. We're going to go out and get buy the meats for the month and get that done. And then we're going to take Grandma back tomorrow. We got a friend we want to go visit while we're on the way home. And we fixed up a little care package. We usually try to get a hold of her, but she don't have a lot of times load, so she can't answer. So, but we'll just go over there and do the best we can to see her. And we were also watching Last Tropical Tim. Check his channel out, guys. He's really they're doing a pretty neat job on that of his house that he's built. I like his porch on there. We go to visit. I'm definitely gonna want a chair in that area. That would be kind of cool. But be nice to with the rail so high, which is a good thing. With the chairs, you can't look out. It would be nice to have some higher chairs with maybe a footrest and a little leaner thing. I'm gonna start spying to see if we can find any of those. I've seen them before, but that would be nice. So you're sitting up high, so him and Ray could sit up a little bit higher, and they could see out, because it's a nice view. I mean, it's a beautiful area. There's a lot of places like that around here. We're going to get out and go to more and more resorts as we go. I got with our car, I've been wanting to get replace the tires. They're 3 years old. They still have a ton of tread on them, but they got hard already. And now with all the plugs on the right hand side that we have in them, losing air. I put it around the plug. I put some soap water around the plugs. I have a real nice floor jack, and I couldn't see any leaks there. I pumped it up to about 50 pounds just to try to get some air moving, and the only place I could see a leak was right around the rim now on the front right passenger. So every time I get in it, I got to put air in it. It's always down to, it'll get down to about 14 pounds and quit. So I have to constantly do that. But I'm to the point now where why should I put brand new tires on so I can fill them up with plugs too? The way this Demeterland runs their construction site, it's just, it's not good. We were really happy at the resort because it was so clean, and it was nice. We cruised around. I keep plastic bags in my hand for the dog, and she take her for her poo walk. She poos. We were picking it right up. We weren't leaving any kind of dog duty behind us, and she was really good, except right when we were getting ready to leave. She didn't want to get in the car. She didn't want to go. She was having too much fun. There were some other dogs there, like the resort dogs, and they weren't causing any trouble or anything like that. So, but there were a couple times she was down at the beach, and we were in our little Nipah hut, and I whistled, and she just comes barreling. She just comes running right back. There she goes, and she's doing better every day. She's getting better at listening. She's watching too. I like it whenever the kids go somewhere, she goes with them. That's exactly what kind of dog I was looking for, and she's doing that just fine. She's doing really good. But the other thing too, I finally sat through the entire Biden State of the Union address, and I don't know, guys. What do you think? I wasn't only just watching him. I was watching Pelosi and Legs Up, and my goodness, what a show! That was just the most crazy thing I saw. And then when he was talking about guys getting gassed over in Afghanistan and stuff like that, old Pelosi was getting all giddy and excited about it, and it's like they're just waiting for another war, and they're poking the bear. Now a lot of places are joining in on that, and it's like, I don't know, how would we like it if they put on the border right on the border of Mexico or in Canada, bioweapons labs. And now they're starting to say some of these bioweapons they're trying to target it to a certain ethnic group. And then they want to put the UN in there and possibly get nukes. I know Ukraine gave them up, but is that the goal? And the sanctions, if you look at all these sanctions, not all the countries are going for these sanctions. I saw a whole list of countries that aren't going for it. But the big ones, it seems like the big ones are. And it just, my spidey senses are up with who's against him, and it's just a real shame. But they're hitting him. The ruble's dropping. I see that. A lot of things are going on. Some people were saying, "Oh, it's a good time to buy the ruble." Well, from what I see, even Russians don't want to hold the ruble. It's a little too volatile. Always has been. So. But I guess if you can get in low and then when it goes back up, sell, you might do pretty well. Anytime you can trade currencies, I've done that in the past, and worked out pretty good. I know with the Canadian dollar, what used to happen, I don't know if it's happening anymore because I don't trade currencies anymore, but we could go in maybe February, March, April in there, and buy the Canadian dollar, and then just sit on it, leave it in the bank account up in Canada, and then it was a Canadian dollar, American dollar account, and then as soon as right before Christmas they shored the dollar up again, so they can get their G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, and the people keep calm, and then what you did is then you went ahead and sold them and bought back your American dollar, and it was always made a nice amount of money for years doing that. I don't know how that's working now, but I look at this Trudeau guy and the crap he's doing. You know, he's talking about these people over there. Oh, it's a democracy, and we can't let these governments be totalitarian. Meanwhile, he's got his boot on the neck of his own people. Yeah. If you just watch this guy, you're just going to flip. You know, and these are all world economic people. And you look at a lot of them that are in there, and I think a lot of the people on the conservative side in the U.S. that go to those world economic things, they're controlled opposition, is what I'm thinking. And you just got to keep your eye out, try to see what they do and who their buddies are, you know, and follow the money. Morning. And it's a shit show, guys. It's a real shit show, and trying to decipher through all of this misinformation that comes out and good information. It's trying to discern which is what, which is to me it seems it's getting it's getting more difficult every day. That's for sure. And you know, I got people I've known for years and years, and you know, it's all over the political spectrum of how they feel and what they believe. And but like I said it early in this vlog, look at the people who are promoting against Putin. You look at those people, and then that's my whole reason why my spidey senses are up, guys. That's the whole reason. Because, you know, what's their goal? They've been putting puppet regimes in around the world. I mean, the biggest country in the world to be a warmonger is the U.S., and it's because of the fiat currency and the petrodollar they have. They want more equipment and stuff. You know, boom. But if you look at how the geopolitical stuff on there, I personally think when they pulled out of Afghanistan, I think leaving all that equipment was a payoff. It was a payoff to the Taliban. That's just my opinion. Could I be wrong? Yeah. Anybody who wants to weigh in on that, let me know what you think. Maddie's gonna. So, but that's it's a dang volleyball bouncing back and forth the way the news goes, and I still just do not trust any of the mainstream media outlets at all. None of them. I just don't believe them. I watched a news program where the guy he's from Ukraine. He's a Russian living over there, and he was given what he thought and about what's been happening since 2014. And the guy who was running the show told him, "Oh, you got to leave. You got to get out of here. I can't have you, you know, spouting that." Well, why not? Why can't the guy have a say? You know, if people think he's a kook, let them think he's a kook. Don't get in the middle between me and information. I don't need you to do that. News people should present the news, period, and let you decide. That used to be one of the mottos on one of the newspapers I used to read before all this internet crap started. You know, you decide. And there'd be editorials. You know, I'd read the editorials and get that guy's point of view. And there was one paper, it's gone now, but they used to have like a counterpoint. And they'd get an editorial on one side of the page, and it would say, okay, this is what I think. And then on the other side of the page, there'd be the counterpoint against it. And you can look at it and discern it for yourself. But they don't do that no more. They're going to show you one side of the political spectrum, the one they want you to see. It's Joseph Goebbels all over again. You know, he's the one controlling the narrative, the ghost of Joseph. And it's just a shame. This is where we're at, guys. This is where we're at in the news. And you know, it makes it tough to learn what's truth or not. So this is Rick Shaw out.